Hi, I'm Mike Lowe for Digital Camera, and this is our review of the Canon PowerShot G1 X. This new PowerShot model takes on from where the G12 left off, but there's one crucial difference, and that's the sensor size. The G1 X has got a 1.5 inch sensor, which is 18.7 by 14 millimeters. It's actually quite a similar size to a sensor found in an APS-C DSLR, although it's 4:3 ratio rather than 3:2. We're going to take a look at the G1 X in more detail. In order to cover the larger sensor, the lens is also proportionally larger than found in most compact cameras, as you can see here. It ranges from 28 through to 112 millimeters and has an aperture of f2.8 that goes down to f5.6 at the telephoto end. The quality of the glass is also high. It's been constructed using ultra-high refractive index spherical elements, and it also has image stabilization technology to help counteract handshake. When it comes to controlling the lens, the G1 X acts very much like a normal compact camera in that you have to use the zoom toggle around the side of the shutter button. Although this may look like a focus ring here, it's actually not. It's just a detachable unit that presumably will be for use with additional accessories at a later date. The camera's design isn't too dissimilar from the G12 that came before. The actual body isn't that much larger, it's mainly the lens that makes the biggest difference in size. Design-wise, there's a main mode dial on top and an exposure compensation dial underneath, and on the back there's the same tilt angle screen that comes out on a side bracket so you can turn it through any given angle. This is a 921,000 dot 3-inch screen. There's also a viewfinder to complement that, which is still the same as that found in the G12. This means it's got a 77% field of view, which perhaps isn't as much as many people would like, particularly from a camera that's so expensive. Performance-wise, the G1 X is pretty good, although it's not staggering considering its £699 cost. The focus system is fast enough, though I would expect it to be a little bit faster for this amount of money. One of the main problems with the camera is the lens's ability to close focus. Although it's possible to put it into macro mode, it's not possible to focus any closer than 20 centimeters away from the end of the lens, and this means that close-up work isn't really possible from this camera. But it does have some very decent features indeed. Within the menu it's possible to access an ND or neutral density filter to save up to 3 stops of light. As well as this, there's a pop-up flash on top of the camera, next to which is a hot shoe where it's possible to add an external speed light or even a wireless transmitter to control off-camera flash. It's with image quality where the G1 X really excels. The sensor, although smaller than an APS-C DSLR sensor, does use the same technology as found in the 600D, and we found that images were of very similar quality indeed. Image noise, or the lack of it, is the area where it excels the most. The large sensor really comes into its own here, and shots from ISO 100 through to 3200 are all usable with little qualms at all. That's not to say that the quality doesn't deteriorate, of course, as the amount of detail visible from ISO 1600 and above does take a bit of a dip, but it's still very impressive indeed. But that's not all. The lens is also very sharp and extremely capable, and that with the 14-bit RAW files makes the G1 X an extremely high-end performer. There are some areas where the G1 X disappoints. The ability to close focus, the limited viewfinder and the hefty price tag are certainly downsides, but brush those to one side for a moment and consider the overall image quality, and this is where the camera really impresses. Images from this camera are unlike that from many compacts, and it's very much like having a DSLR in your pocket. And for that reason, we gave the G1 X 88% and our recommended award.